Yeah.
If I need your help, I'll let you know.
Doesn't matter if they're
When the
basically
time
like
comes.
One Punch Woman. I don't think she has steel skin. Bullet hurt.
Really?
Yes,
Promise?
I promise. Let's go, Iva.
Where to?
However, that was a very important interaction, I think. At least for like player knowledge type stuff. Now we'll go talk to this politician who's getting smooched by the blue man. You know, maybe since you keep bringing up Jujinshi, maybe that was only in her subconscious because she had recently read a Jujinshi about politician Sosejima.
How did you
A fanfic.
Hopped over the fence.
That's trespassing, you know.
I'm a cop.
My
it's fine.
baseball landed in your backyard. I was just trying to get it back.
Got him. What are you looking at? He's not going to say anything to me. That's a big moss ball. No, actually, it's a well-manicured tree. Hey, so you want to like switch houses? Cool lantern. I've been playing a lot of Ghosts of Tsushima, so this is just throw me right back into the game. Where were you at 3 a.m. this morning? Getting
Here,
smooched by the Blue
sleeping,
Man
of
group?
course. Why? What happened?
Did you not see the news?
No, I've been reading a book. I don't know what happened, but whatever it was, I had nothing to do with it.
Hmm. Can you prove that? What are you throwing food in there? There's no ducks. There's nothing in there.
I don't.
Wrote
Who is that?
one. Oh yeah, maybe she wrote one. I showed the picture of Iris I had.
This girl. Do you recall seeing her?
No, I've never seen her.
I detect no noticeable rise in So's body temperature.
This guy's a politician.
Interesting.
Lying is his job.
Well, true.
About your connection with the Yakuza.
I told you yesterday. My relationship with them is perfectly legitimate.
Hey, Iba.
How do you have a
You
legitimate
were still in
relationship
the middle of the
with
story
the
about
Yakuza
So
gang?
selling and buying the Kawasaki land.
Oh, we can continue that later.
He's feeding the koi in the pond, is he? I don't see any koi fish. Suspicious.
Look, Iba. A giant salamander.
Mr. Sejima is a wealthy man. Perhaps it is his pet.
Really?
Huh. You gonna give me any answers?
I don't know anything.
Yeah, if you could. That's the wrong button. Probably not illegal to just associate with them. Yeah, probably not.
Even if I did, I couldn't tell you.
But it's like super sus.
I'm sworn to confidentiality.
I guess.
Congressman Sejima was at home all Friday and Saturday.
How about from last night until this morning?
He was in his bedroom
Oops.
resting.
Can you prove that?
My word should be enough.
It's not.
Iba, are there any security cameras in the mansion?
There are several. But for some reason, they are
Hack
all
'em.
powered off.
Probably so you can't
There's
hack
no
them.
image data for the past few days.
Really?
Hmm.
That's too suspicious to ignore.
Are you finished here?
You can be friends with the gangsters. When. Well, I wouldn't, like, consider us friends. I didn't talk to him at all, actually.
I'm just getting started.
You would like, bring away the entire store.
You won't get anything, no matter what you ask.
Still associate with them, I guess. Co-workers.
So Sajima has nothing to do with your case.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. Associate, yeah.
It's my job to decide that, not yours.
I didn't want to get rough.
Oh, you're gonna fight me?
But if I need to, I'll feed you to the koi.
Us threatening a police officer.
I'd like to see you try.
Date, he's not all talk.
He's done it before.
What?
Check his body.
X-ray. Gun. Yeah, that's a gun.
This guy has a handgun.
It is, of course, real and loaded.
Alright, let's
So
not
you're
mess with this
carrying,
guy.
huh?
What are you talking about?
Don't act dumb. I should have you arrested for firearm violation.
Are they illegal in this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The gun you have on you.
I don't have a gun.
I know that you do.
You got a way to prove it?
I could search you.
Oh yeah? How? You need a warrant for that.
Got me there.
Are you finished?
Yes, very in Japan. Oh, okay. I did not know that, actually.
If you are done here, I'd like to ask you to leave.
I
Date,
guess.
I don't believe we can accomplish anything further here. It's better for us to return to HQ.
This is why I hate politicians.
Pretty much everywhere but the US. Got that freedom, baby. It's, yeah. 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 Oof.
Who might you be?
What? You don't remember me?
It's me, Konami Date. We met yesterday. I gave you my card.
Oh. So, how can I help you?
What did she do to her?
Oh, this?
Oh, this. As Mayumi spoke, she turned the photo towards
This
me.
is a family photo from when Ota was still small.
What is up with it? Is he something with his face? Does his dad not have eyes? Yeah, and the mustache. What? So should we say hipster? I think it does.
I wanted to look at it again. I'm a horrible mother. I've always caused trouble for my husband and Ota.
What?
They've helped me so many times. I am such a burden.
You're the only person I've seen in the store, so as far
They
as I
were
know.
always smiling. They were so kind.
Like uptrend baseball cat. He's a weird entity. We've never actually met him, but we've been here like several times. He's always just happens to be like out. You're right, actually. She doesn't belong in this game.
I remember a gift they gave me one Mother's Day. They knew how much I liked floral patterns. So they gave me this apron and a kitchen knife.
She's never taken the apron off since.
Oh, I was so happy. I was crying and smiling, and that's what this photo is from.
With the taste of a 9-year-old. Yeah. Little Pokemon character.
It's kind of embarrassing, but isn't it such a nice photo?
Yes, that's very nice, Mayumi.
Time is at 6 o'clock. Where is your husband?
Oh,
He's never
who
here.
knows?
Is
Date,
is he
I
dead?
did some research on her
Like-
husband, Ota's father.
Did Iris do something to
His
him?
name is Matsushita Takaro.
He has eyes confirmed. And Date's Fire Emblem character. Yeah, actually. I can see it. Well, I say that, but I've only ever played Three Houses, but he looks like he could fit in.
He died of myocardial infarction 5 years ago.
So that's why we've never ever seen his father. So she's actually insane. Not insane, but she has something, like, mentally up with her. It's even worse in real life.
What? What is going on here?
Are you done packing, son?
Packing? What are you talking about?
Are you packing, son?
I thought you came here to pack some of Ota's things for his hospital stay.
Ota's in the hospital?
Ota? At the hospital? My boy's fine. You shouldn't say things like that to a mother.
Ooh. What's up with Mayumi?
Last night? What time?
This art style's a mishmash. It's like the fucking oof. What's the thick girl posters on the wall for? Probably beer advertisements. They are like a diner, as you see here. Nothing over 650 yen though. I assume that's the symbol for yen. No, that is. Pretty decent menu. Eat for pretty cheap. Cloud Strife stand next to Donald Duck.
Before 10 p.m.
I thought they mixed those art styles pretty well in Kingdom
Oh,
Hearts.
I was already asleep by 10.
We know that's not true. So what did Iris do?
You were
Did she
sleeping?
wipe your memory?
That can't be.
We have video evidence that you weren't.
Ota.
You left the diner to chase after Ota and Iris. I saw the whole thing with my own left eye.
Left eye?
Yeah, this one. You know, my left eye.
Not both your eyes?
Don't question it. Did he miss the kissing noise? There was no kissing noise.
Well...
At least not in this sense. This
Anyway,
situation.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't go anywhere last night. I was asleep. I was dreaming.
Iris did something to your brain. Either that or you're blocking out the trauma.
Dreaming.
Just like with your husband.
Yes, a very nostalgic dream.
In the part he recorded I don't think so. I didn't hear that noise. I didn't miss it. Wait, did you guys actually hear a kissing noise? Because I sure didn't.
It was when my son had just started elementary school.
Oh. Well, damn, son. Oops.
I had Ota run an errand for me, and he was taking so long, and I was waiting.
If she can, like, erase memories with, like, a kiss, that might explain why So Sejima doesn't recognize her. If she were the blue figure that we saw in her Somnium. Giving him the big smooch in his sleep.
My husband said it was nothing to worry about, but I couldn't take it anymore and went to look for him. I found him at a traffic signal, crying.
Poor child.
He said he couldn't come home.
That's a good
because
thought.
the
I
signal
didn't
was
think
still
about that.
red.
Mostly because I didn't hear the kissing sound on the recording, but... with this stream as my only context for the story.
But
Yeah.
it was one of those crossing signals you have to
My other
polish.
streams are usually wicked late at night, so... or super early in the morning, I should say, like 1 a.m. If I had, like, actual skills and a lot more time, I would compile, like, the other streams into, like, highlights for the story, but... too lazy, so I put the VOD up on YouTube.
That boy didn't even notice it. He just stood in front of that red light. So stubborn. So stupidly honest.
He tries
That's
his
my
best.
Ota. He was so cute. I couldn't help it.
Shame. It is a shame.
Date, I noticed something.
Well, I'll just... That's how it is.
Can you look at Mayumi with the thermal imaging turned on?
Sure. Oh, right. I have to actually like select her again because it doesn't automatically do it. But for Noodle PK, we can look at a B-Rad. Yeah, it's just a B-Rad. She's dead. Could you imagine? There's nothing there.
Do you see it?
Cool brain.
Part of her brain is blue,
That might be due to low blood flow in that part of the brain.
which means...
Mayumi has an illness.
Oh, so she was just sick.
I have checked her hospital records. For the past 6 years, Mayumi has been suffering from dementia.
Oh,
dementia.
that's really sad. So I guess there goes the Iris theory there.
Symptoms vary considerably, but Mayumi appears to be afflicted by memory loss.
Oh, that's really sad.
She seems to be missing memories.
I see. So that's where those weird comments were coming from.
She's
Did she
still
run a
stop.
diner like that?
It isn't running.
What do you mean?
Yeah, we've never seen a single customer in here. And this is like on the outskirts of like a really abandoned part of town due to a chemical explosion.
Matsushita Diner has been closed for 8 years.
There's that
Matsushita
too.
Diner is near the Kabasaki district. It is not technically within the restricted area. However, after the chemical plant explosion, the number of potential customers must have dropped considerably. Before the accident, this diner managed quite well due to its proximity to Bloom Park. Patrons from Bloom Park would often eat here, being the cheaper option. But Bloom Park closed 8 years ago. The customers stopped coming, and then, naturally,
They had to close.
Does Mayumi not notice that the store is closed?
I do not think so.
Because of the dementia?
Probably.
Yes.
I can't believe it.
That's actually so tragic.
Well, is that all? I have to start preparing for the dinner shift.
Oh man.
Date, let's go.
Yeah.
It's better that you leave things be.
I'm surprised Ota leaves his mother alone so much. He apparently didn't. Well, I mean, like, he hadn't really done any research on it. He just kind of, like, walks in and talks to Ota or Mayumi. I mean, the place looks like it would be open. It's just there's never anyone here. He's got... Yeah. Alright, finally to the crime scene. Ota probably works. Does he work? I don't know if he actually works. I don't know if he has a job. They may have mentioned it in the past, but I don't remember.
2 cars.
These cars have been parked here since before 3:17 a.m.
1 van and 1 station wagon.
The owner of a restaurant that isn't making money. Someone's working. Yeah, I guess it would have to be him. Well, it's a closed restaurant, so it's not like they're really losing money aside from like the electricity. But yeah, someone has to be working since his dad's dead. So he's doing something. They probably did mention it earlier and I just forgot. A cold storage warehouse became the scene of a horrible crime this morning. taxes, property taxes, yeah. Akira Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. Oh, that's right. The things that were about to cut him were ice cutters. Can I go inside? Oh, do I gotta talk to Kagami? I asked about the investigation, but there's no progress. Alright, can I...
Who owns the van?
The Matsushita family.
Okay, so that is the vehicle that Ota took.
It appears as though it was used for transporting ingredients and supplies.
Tessa, wait! I'll get the car.
Yeah, in the city.
Ota's fingerprints were found on the steering wheel and gearshift.
Why do they drive here?
Iris's fingerprints were found around the passenger seat. Those were the only prints recently made.
I can
Was there anything else found inside the car?
There was one thing.
What was it?
Ota's cell phone. The one he purchased 2 days ago in Akihabara.
Yo, maybe they got a text to come here or something.
It slid under the driver's seat.
Where's the phone now?
Its data is being
Inspected and evaluated. There's more interaction with it. Abandoned by the Matsushita family. Alright, stuff we already know. Alright. Station
This
wagon.
station wagon is a stolen car.
Stolen?
Last night, the owner of the vehicle reported it stolen. It was stolen at 10:33 p.m. yesterday. The theft occurred in Fuchu, Tokyo, in the parking lot of Famisto, a convenience store along Koshu Highway.
Wow.
The Famisto parking lot, huh?
The car was stolen while the owner was shopping inside the store. The vehicle's engine was on.
Oof.
The doors might have even been unlocked, which would have made the theft easy for the culprit.
Yeah.
Who took the car?
Ota Matsushita.
What?
What?
Me and Date have the same thought processes.
Ota got into the car and drove off. The security cameras at the convenience store caught the entire incident.
What?
Ota's fingerprints were also found on the steering wheel of that car.
How the hell? Playing GTA, I guess. But
There is
why?
no doubt that it was Ota.
Are there two Otas?
The stream of the polar bear started around 3 a.m.
Correct. About 10 minutes later, Ota appeared on screen.
Ota stole the car at 10:33 p.m. That makes 4.5 hours until he appeared on screen.
How long does it take to get from there to here, though?
I cannot find anything in the vicinity that could be a clue.
Me either. Let's check inside the warehouse.
Thank you.
Wow, it's cold in here.
The
Cold
air
storage
conditioners have
warehouse.
stopped. However, the insulation in the walls has kept the room temperature close to what it was this morning.
I should finish this investigation before I freeze to death.
Well then, you had better get started.
Oh boy. Ew, is this him? Aren't you cold?
Yeah, some engineer from NRIPS created a jacket lined with heating wires. That keeps me warm. Nice, right? All the cops and inspectors
Can I get
around
one?
here are wearing them.
You got any more?
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
Police officer. Alright, thank you. Inspector. What? So, at every crime scene, there's this guy. He always just says inspector, but you can just ask him his name. And you can just do it like 6 times in a row. And he gets like progressively more and more pissed off. It's Kagami, right?
Good one, Date.
Have I asked you before?
They won't let me do it.
Yeah.
Wait, give me a second. It's coming back to me. It has something to do with glass?
Oof.
Where are you getting this from? I have a pretty unique name.
Yeah, it's Inspector, right? Right, Inspector? What's your name?
Do you remember now?
Yeah, I think I've got it. It was 3 syllables.
Kagami.
Something like 6 letters long.
You remember all that, but not my name?
No, I know your name.
You still don't know.
No, not yet, but I've almost got it.
Just tell me.
3 syllables, 6 letters. Kodaka,
Close.
right?
Not even close.
It's Kagami. That's close. That's okay. Yeah, that's
Do
poor
you
guy.
want me to just tell you?
That's
No,
what I'm
no,
asking.
give me a hint.
Oh, okay.
It starts with Ka.
Starts with ka, 3 syllables, 6 letters.
Kagami.
You're making this sound like a riddle.
Is it Kanaiza?
Kagome.
Yeah, sure, man. That's my name.
What's your name? Kanaiza. It's not Kanaiza. Probably born between. What? That's my friend Kanaiza. We see that shit a lot, don't we?
Yeah, wish it were under better circumstances. Too bad you're not a girl. This could be the start of
Inuyasha. I haven't seen Inuyasha.
Yeah, thinking the same thing.
Any clues, Kagami?
No, nothing so far.
Do you have a family Kanaiza?
No,
Kanaza?
unfortunately, I live alone. With a job like this, I don't really get the chance to meet new people.
Once this
Fair.
case is wrapped up, how about you and I go to a cabaret club together?
Oh, that piqued his interest.
Hey, now you're talking. You're buying, right?
Sure, I'll expense it.
I recorded that conversation. I will be sending it to the boss later.
Snitch.
On second thought, why don't we split it?
Aw, lame.
Box. A wooden box on the shelf. It's empty. Thank you. Cardboard box. There's a cardboard box on the floor. There's nothing in it. Ooh, a shadow. Night vision. What are you?
Huh, there's something there.
You should go pick it up.
I go pick it up.
Huh. I recognize this.
What is it?
An Odoroki Man chocolate. You've been collecting them for 3 years.
That looks like the bear from Danganronpa.
Each chocolate
I haven't
contains
played
a
it,
special sticker
but I've
inside.
seen like the mascot for at least 3. Snitches get stitches. I mean, it's an eyeball. It's an AI. Can AIs get stitches?
Years ago, you started buying them for Mizuki, but eventually, you got hooked on them. Even after Mizuki lost interest, you kept buying them.
They're good, okay?
That's a bittersweet memory. The Odoroki Man chocolate. Why is this here?
Perhaps we can use it as a clue.
Because Mizuki's the
Let's
killer.
investigate further. A video cam. This is what
Whoops.
the criminal used to stream.
Thank you for telling me about my life. Thanks, Aiba. Well, I mean, obviously Date
All
forgot.
of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
Ice
That
cutting
machine is used to cut ice. We have gathered testimony from the workers regarding it. This has always been in the warehouse, so the suspect did not bring it here.
Any fingerprints?
No, he's in a bear
Nothing.
costume.
No fingerprints have been found at the scene at all. This entire warehouse is clean.
I see.
Ice cutting machine has been here a while, so it wasn't moved. Couple of forklifts. A blood stain. Good old Otis blood. Take a look at the
The tires
forklift.
of the forklift are clearly frozen to the ground.
Clearly, there's ice.
It
Yeah.
hasn't been moved in a long time. What are you thinking?
Nothing. It just seemed noteworthy.
What about the other forklift? A forklift. I don't see anything special about it. Cool.
I have
Equipment.
logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it.
It is cold.
Oh, it's freezing.
Date, we're at our limit. We've examined everything of interest here. Let's go elsewhere.
I agree.
Back to Abyss.
Before we reach HQ,
This
let's
needs your arm.
summarize our
It's a pandemic
investigation
out
so far.
Yeah, apparently Date doesn't know proper etiquette. Alright, what do we got going on here, Iva? Let's talk about Mizuki and her freakishly
Mizuki
human
did
strength.
not have any new information about Okiura Fishery. Currently, it seems there is nothing linking that company to Renju.
Still, something's not right.
Talk about Mayumi.
Mayumi is suffering from dementia. If Mayumi followed Ota and Iris, it is highly likely that she saw the person in the polar bear costume. But...
She might not remember.
correct.
About so.
There is only circumstantial evidence linking So Sejima to the new Cyclops serial killings.
I agree, but there has to be more to it. The Kumakuras had connections to both victims. So has a connection to the Kumakuras. There's a common link there. They have to be involved somehow.
Somehow.
So also might have connections to Iris.
Unconfirmed, though.
Because So appeared in Iris's Somnium?
Just a quick
Yeah.
sleep smooch. Talk about So.
I am more interested in the hired guns that So uses as bodyguards. I did some research and discovered that Mr. Sejima hires substantial security. If all of his security staff are this heavily armed, Yakuza gangs pale in comparison.
Is So trying to start trouble?
Unknown, but there is definitely more than he is letting on.
Of course, he is a politician. Any other information?
There is an important piece of news.
What is it?
The Odoroki Man chocolate found at the warehouse.
Why is that
Fingerprints were
news?
found on it.
Oh, sweet.
Whose?
Don't say Oda.
Mayumi Matsushida's.
What?
Mayumi bought the chocolate at the convenience store 812 on Koshu. This was captured on security footage. 812 stores are commonly called
Okay.
eights.
What if... Now this is wild. Mayumi's the killer. Or just tried to kill Iris and Ota. Because we know Ota had a stolen car. But the Matsushita diner car was out there as well. I was not the killer. But, you know, she for whatever reason has a polar bear costume. She put on the polar bear costume and then went to go kill the witch that she thinks Iris is. So obviously Ota would know his mother was in the polar bear costume. Then for whatever reason she stabbed him. And then she forgot about it. It's a little out there.
8 is not
Probably
far
not true.
from the Famisto where Ota stole the station wagon.
I'm assuming Date is a former victim. So, yes, but no. It's unconfirmed. So, with the old Cyclops killings, which happened 6 years ago... Yeah, exactly, this is the only issue with that theory is that, A, the original killer, who we've kind of talked to and met, did not recognize Date. Because he targeted women. Date is not a woman. 2, timelines match up. Also the previous Cyclops killer, I think, took their right eyes, not the left eyes. Even though Date lost his eye 6 years ago, and that's when the original Cyclops killings happened. So it's kind of weird about that. It was semi-hinted that Date is actually the old Cyclops killer, because he has no memories from 6 years ago. And Ayaba has let slip that they inject something into Date without him knowing. He's not Ted Cruz, sorry. But if he talked to the killer, he talked to the killer in another timeline that I just finished. So if I look at the chart here, he talked to the killer somewhere around here in this timeline. So I'm only here. I believe he talked to him somewhere here. And the killer did not recognize. Like, the original Cyclops killer was captured. And is in jail, currently. But it's super sus. Because they also mentioned at one point that the Cyclops killer did not feel... he didn't get a specific, like, chemical to his brain enough. And the only way that he could get it was by, like, killing people, right? Date has had 2 instances where he kind of went off the deep end. Dopamine, maybe? I think that may have been it. Like, dopamine, yeah. He doesn't get it unless he does very specific things, like killing people. At least that's what we've been told about the old Cyclops killer. Like, he can't be happy without it. And Date has had a couple of instances where he went straight to murdering someone instead of anything else, and Aiba has had to, like, talk him down from it. In the other storyline for the sink that we were in earlier, in that weird warehouse, instead of seeing a blue figure kissing the old man, we actually see Date killing someone with a very crazy look on his face. And yeah, they've kind of hinted that they inject Date with something. And the not Date kissing the old man. Yeah. Oh, they kind of hint. I should say they hint. They basically confirm. Kind of dangerous to let him raise a child. It is. But if they keep injecting him with something and he doesn't have memories of his old stuff, so as far as he's aware, he's just a normal person. When we talked to the original Cyclops killer, who admitted to the crime and all this, he had actually mentioned that he found happiness in the actually in Iris's mom. It's very likely that he is Iris's father, because we're pretty sure that he and Hitomi were together, which doesn't line up on how he could find happiness in a marriage when we've also been told that the only way he could get happiness was through murder. So it kind of alludes to there being a cover-up. Plus, Boss does not want Date to look into the old Cyclops killings, which is also suspicious considering we're dealing with a copycat killing. So it's weird. But, you know, it'd be like that. So, JoJo One Punch Man / Dexter crossover fic. Ah, it's starting to look like it.
Hold on a second.
Actually, and if you've seen ID Invaded, also ID Invaded crossover fic.
I'm having trouble keeping the facts straight.
I think the only downside to watching ID Invaded is that it's on Funimation.
Allow me to
But it was super good.
Please.
Not just Inception. It's not a dream within dream. Actually, it did get kind of dream within dreamy. It's just first level of dream. into the subconscious.
The chocolate was purchased yesterday at 10:33 p.m.
Okay.
That's the same time Ota stole that car.
Correct.
What conclusions can we draw from that?
He stole a car while she
Unknown.
was buying chocolate.
All that is known for certain is that Mayumi bought the chocolate at an 8 store last night. And that same chocolate somehow ended up in the warehouse.
Did she go there and drop it?
It is possible.
Well...
It's a boss.
Sorry to interrupt your brainstorming, but there's a call from the...
Connect me.
Of course it's a boss.
Date, did you hear that Iris's operation is over?
Yeah, I heard about it at the hospital. She made it, right?
Yes, but she's still unconscious. She's
Seemed
currently in
dangerous
the
for driving.
ICU.
A little bit.
No visitors allowed.
Alright.
Ota, however, seems like he can talk now.
He's out of treatment?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a general ward now.
Got it. I'll head over.
Well, he still has one eye, you know. Distracted driving is a myth. I'm just kidding. Video phone. Alright.
How are you feeling, Ota?
You know, surprisingly, I'm feeling pretty
He
good.
has American muscle car.
I'm still
Yeah.
under anesthesia, so I don't have any pain.
Alright, that's good.
He likes the old stuff, I
Ota,
guess.
I'm sorry to put
In this
this on you right
futuristic
after your
world.
surgery, but can you talk to us for a minute?
Boss got right to business after introducing herself. I don't know why, but Ota seemed almost happy to answer. Maybe it was the drugs, maybe it was the high from surviving a life or death situation. Or maybe it was because he saved Iris. After putting her into
Yeah,
danger,
sure.
why is that part ignored? Okay. I think I'm actually going to call the stream here because I have to go do something at 7. So thank you for watching the day stream. I know it's a bit different than usual, but thank you very much. VOD will be up on YouTube for anyone interested. Also, all other previous VODs of streams are up on YouTube. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all have a good day.